I feel that it's been well established now on my channel that one of the themes now, by default, yet by accident, has become this. Is the rosemary oil working to retain my hair? And is my vegan lifestyle working to help keep my hair? You know, it's all shrouded in question marks. You know, there's no firm affirmation that, hey, you should definitely use rosemary oil and you should definitely become a vegan because look, I've still got my hair. I have no interest in saying that to people. What I have more interest in doing is just continuing to remind everybody I'm one of the few people who documents this regularly and puts those doubts in your mind that it might actually be working, because those doubts are in my mind. I mean, I'm at a point where I'm like, yeah, it makes sense that my hair loss has stopped or slowed down because of rosemary oil and argan oil and all those good things, along with being a vegan. But I think for us to really get a sense of direction on this, what we have to ask ourselves is this question. What would happen if I stopped being a vegan? Now I'm like a week and a half, well, March 6th makes 5 years that I've been a vegan. Now what if after 5 years, I pulled the plug and I stopped? I started eating meat again. I eat fast food. I eat whatever I want to. Meat, eggs, dairy, soda, whatever I want. I'd go back to eating whatever I wanted to. And I'd stop using the rosemary oil. What I want you to do, I'd love for you to do, is to vote in the comment section on this video and tell me what you think would happen if I were to stop using rosemary oil every day, stop using the natural shampoos that I use. Of course, I've been trying to be better about putting links in here because people keep asking me what kind of shampoo. So, and if I were to just start eating meat, eggs, and dairy, if I were to switch all those things that make me special, because think about, fathom this, fathom this. So few men on the internet are vegan and have been vegan for 5 years and use rosemary oil faithfully. Who else is there? There's only me. There's only Nick Shell. So with that being said, what would happen if I were to stop? I'm not going to, but what if I were to stop? What I want you to do in your brain right now is to think, you know what? I see where he's going, because no one can know for sure that the rosemary is working. No one can know for sure that being a vegan is helping him either with hair loss. No one can know that for sure. But there's so few people doing what he does, if anyone else, that, oh no, let me bite my nails, because I wouldn't want him to stop. I wouldn't want Nick to stop being a vegan. I wouldn't want Nick to stop the rosemary oil, because then if his hair loss started becoming more prominent again, that means there's less hope for me. And if nothing else, perhaps psychologically, all my viewers want this to continue to work. They want this to be the case because it gives them hope. You know, it's funny, it'd be one thing if I had a major agenda to tell you that you definitely should become a vegan and use rosemary oil. But like, I think the thing that throws people off is that I'm like, I'm going to keep doing it, but I don't care what you do. I'll put a link to the shampoo in the video description, but I don't care if you do it or not. It's whatever you want to do. I think that apathy towards what I do, of course, it only reflects my libertarian value system and how I see the world. I'm going to do what works for me. You do what works for me. I mean, you do what works for you. I do what works for me. I don't care what you do as long as you don't hurt anybody else. That's my life as a libertarian. So, but I think ultimately, we all have some sort of reaction to me asking you and me asking myself, what if I stop being a vegan and what if I stop the rosemary oil? I think most of us, if nothing else as an emotional response, would say, don't stop, Nick. Keep being a vegan. You'll say, well, I would never be a vegan, but Nick, you keep being a vegan because it's apparently working. Nick, you keep using the oils because it's keep working. And Nick, selfishly, I want to keep watching you just to keep using you as the guinea pig here. I think the world is better off with me using rosemary oil and being a vegan. And I don't think most people would feel as comfortable and as full of hope in watching my videos if I weren't doing those things. But I want you to vote. What do you think would happen if I were to stop being a vegan and if I were to stop using rosemary oil? Do you think it would have a negative effect on my hair? Do you think I would start having more receding and more thinning? What do you think that would happen? Or do you think I would make those changes, eat, I'm going to tempt you now, Burger King, Burger King, Burger King, mayonnaise, bacon, cheese, chicken fries, milkshake, key lime pie at participating locations. I could eat all of those things. And that's one less step before I go to bed each night, even though it only takes me like 30 seconds to put that on. I'd have so much freedom over my life. But I might go bald. What do you think would happen if I stopped being a vegan and I stopped using rosemary oil? Vote in the comments.